On last week's episode of Onboard Lifestyle, Basik left the crowding shipping port of Manzanillo on a 190 nautical mile sail to Zihuatanejo. The float plan had to average 5.2 knots to make it in daylight hours. Unfortunately, we had a situation that forced Basik to redirect to Calida de Campos.
But we had a little situation. Hey, Emma! Okay, good news. You got everything?
I got everything. Came out clean.
Let's pick up our story as the crew is on the final approach. A day late, but with high spirits.
You've told me more than once to show you my intention. My brain gets blocked at times, but now somehow I'll give you my attention. You've got to know that I ain't a person who understands all the clockwork of our romance. You make me feel so alive, always there in my mind. But I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, 'cause they're playing the best.
Well, this should be fun. We're gonna head to town.
It's a little cloudy right now.
I like it. It'll be much cooler. Well, let's go hit the beach and walk the town a little bit, see what's here.
Yeah.
Maybe get a little breakfast.
Yes. Okay, boat is as secure as it can be.
First order of business, find the garbage.
The
there,
basura.
right there. This is a week and a half worth of garbage. Not too bad.
It could be better.
Our mission today is to simply explore and get the lay of the land. Typically, we would immediately check in with the port captain, but it's weekend, so that will have to wait until Monday morning. We first walked the waterfront Malecon and were fascinated to watch all of the local fishermen laying out their fresh caught fish in a public marketplace. It was still early in the morning and the streets were quiet. So were most of the trendy seaside restaurants. That's fine because we were on the hunt for something else.
Well, we got off the main drag to find someplace for breakfast. And we always go to where the locals go. And always find a restaurant that's packed. You know the food's gonna be good. The girls already sat down. Ready for breakfast? Okay, our stomachs are not empty anymore. We can barely walk. A lot of food, good food. But now we're heading where? To the market.
We're going to the municipal mercado.
Yes.
It's supposed to be pretty cool. It's like their own farmer's market. I've been hearing a lot of good reviews about it, saying it's small, but all their produce is really good, nice and fresh.
It's just a short walk into town. We'll go check it out and revision a bit. Somebody's got to carry me though. I ate too much.
Food is good.
The ladies are in full shopping mode now. It's just market after market after market. It is Saturday though. Are you happy?
I haven't seen Italian basil in so long. I'm so excited.
first impressions?
I love it here. This is pretty darn cool. And we've only like barely scratched the surface. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. We're gonna be here for at least a week. So what else? We'll see then.
Uh-oh. Look at this. Somebody stole our shade.
Oh, there's so many cats in this town.
Hey, buddy. What are you doing down there?
Hi.
No, he's just tired. Okay, let's get back to the boat. Since we're going to be in Zihuatanejo for a little over a week, I'm going to jump on a project. You know, as we've been traveling south, we've noticed that clouds are getting thicker, humidity's coming up, refrigeration is, cycling a little more, and now that we've doubled our refrigeration, it's time to look at options on more storage capacity and ways to charge it. We've done real well in the Sea Cortez so far with our 1100 watts of solar and 600 amp hours of our battle-born lithium batteries. But, we have a feeling that we're going to need just a little bit more as we continue our trek south. So rather than worry about managing capacity, we're just going to increase it a little bit. Our first thing we're going to do is, there's two things we need to do. We need to increase the solar and then increase the storage. So we're working with battle-born batteries. We're going to jump our 600 amp hour bank up to 800, and we're going to add a couple of solar panels, which is going to be different for us. Right now we have 1100 watts and they're all horizontal on the back of the boat. What we want to do is put flexible panels forward. We've got these nice radius sides on the boat here that are non-walking areas. So we're going to team up with BougeRV and put another 400 watts, 200 on each side. And I'm real excited about that because right now, right now we're getting full solar. But if the boat turns late in the afternoon, early morning, getting a different angle of attack is really going to help us out. So that's the projects we're going to be working on over the next couple of weeks. I think the first one I'll tackle is get the batteries in, and then we'll put the solar in. It's going to be exciting. So the installation is the easy part. Lynn had the hard part, and that's logistically getting these packages to us. We've been working our way down from the Sea Cortez down the Mexican mainland, and now we're in Zihuat. But to get these packages is an interesting process.
I'm going to let you in a little secret. It's not that hard. All I'm doing is working with the supplier, figuring out where to ship it to, which is usually a broker. From there, the broker is getting it across the border into Mexico, and then it goes from there with another shipper down to us. The hard part is figuring out where we're going to be at, finding a valid address, and making sure that we're there when it arrives.
So we're going to start with the battle-born batteries, and I'll go into detail once we get these going, but getting the batteries first. I have all the components for this, and it just makes sense for me to do this first. So stand by for the install of the flexible panels. I'm actually intrigued by these. They look interesting. Okay, when we originally designed our system, we came up with a 600 amp hour bank. And that was looking at future projections and additions to basic and kind of trying to forecast our electrical needs. And for the most part, it's been pretty bulletproof. Well, it has been bulletproof. Haven't had any hiccups, but we're trying to rely more on electricity than propane. And we're not going to 100% give up propane because Lynn still likes to cook in the oven and broil things, but try to lean harder and harder towards electric cooking. Right now we're probably doing 40-50% electric cooking, and we want to be probably 70 to 90% electric cooking. And by increasing our storage, that's going to certainly push us in that direction. So the only difficult part of this install, I mean, wiring this is pretty straightforward. It's finding a home for these. You know, they have to be in the same relationship as our other batteries, so all the wiring is similar. Actually, let's take a look at it. Let's turn on the battery lights and look at our battery compartment. Okay, let's look at this. Here's our existing bank, and these all fit in here nicely. Here's what I'm going to have to do. At the end of this run, I need to carve out a little bit of the seat back here, raise this wire chase up about 2-3 inches, and then make a slot for the new batteries to go into, which means that I'll be modifying under this seat. It's not a big deal. This is all just storage in here. My idea is to just cut that wall, build a tray here, slide the batteries in, have access from here, and put those in line with our other 6. Well, the first thing I need to do to get these new batteries in, there's a little 1/4-inch panel that separates the battery compartment from these storage lockers. I'm gonna have to go back in here and cut a nice hole in. So to do that, I'm gonna put in an access plate. I've already laid it out, goes right there. That way I'll be able to work with one hand through there, one hand through there, and have a little more control. And especially you'll need that when I start wiring in the batteries. You know, to get a battery cable to these far lugs over here, it'd be really tough to reach through the battery compartment and connect it. But with that access panel, I'll be able to just reach straight down and have nice access. Okay, with everything cut out, there was 2 layers here. I was able to separate the layers. The trim ring goes in nicely and exactly flushes out, so you won't feel that under the cushion.
What are you doing with all that cardboard?
Breaking down the box.
And?
Making a template. Well, I made my template, now I'm just breaking the box down. You know how hard it is to throw away a giant box?
Hard, since their garbage cans are really small. I mean, I feel good that at least we have garbage cans, or they have garbage cans available for us to dump stuff, but...
I didn't want to dump giant boxes in there, so I'm breaking it all down so it just fits in a little bag. So here's my template. This is going to be my cutout through the wall. So I've mocked up the batteries. This is going to be my battery tray. I haven't cut these to size yet, but it gives me the width. So this gives me clearance for the battery tray and the cabling. So now I can just put that in there, trace it on the wall, and then...
am I cutting?
You could cut if you want.
Really? Because I don't want you to hurt yourself.
Oh God, I'm not gonna
It's
hurt
a
myself.
really, it's you kind
It's
of
a
have to...
left-handed cut, so
Is
it's
it?
not going to be hard. It won't hurt my elbow. I have to reach through the hole and sight through the opening here, and then do the cut. It'll be a little tricky, but it'll be fun.
Alright.
You can try it if you want.
If you trust me.
It's not that I trust you, I don't think you can do it.
Hey!
Your arms aren't long enough. You got to reach way into there. Well, let's take a look at this. Here's where we stand. There's my template. Look at this. Right here, my template encroaches in a 4-inch wire harness. It's not a big deal. There's only about 1.5 inch bundle that goes through this big 4-inch tube. So I'll pull that to the top and just carve out the bottom of this. These batteries should encroach about to here, I think. So I'll carve it a little bit further, pull the wires up, make sure I'm not damaging those, and then cut the wall. We'll see how things slide in here. Okay, let's go in here and look at this wire harness. There it is right there, and you can see I slid a little spacer in there. That way I could cut without damaging the wire harness. I'll cut this front face and get access to it. That way I could support it and cut the backside.
It feels good to be in Zihuatanejo. This place is filled with nice people, good food, and amazing views. It will be really easy to spend a week here exploring and doing projects. A special thanks goes out to our amazing patrons whose generous support drives the production of our videos. Join our crew if you can. As always, thanks for watching, subscribe if you like, and come back next week to stay current with our story. See you then!